Hi, this is Thesey of Ellis Family Farms, and spring is finally getting here. Let me show you a few things. This again is that bin, not set up the way Jesse did it on Roots and Refuge, but I had to make some different modifications, but it's been working pretty good. Let me show you what we got in here. Now one night last week I took it back into the barn because it got down to like 19 degrees again, but this is supposed to be spinach growing here, and this is lettuce growing here. And so I'm kind of excited about that because I understand that Jessie did this in October, so guess what? That's what I'm going to do in October too, because she says she did it and it kind of lasted her. She was able to harvest it throughout the winter, so I'm looking forward to that. But right now, I just like having something fresh in the ground coming up that I can eat soon. Yesterday was a beautiful sunny day, and Kinzie and I went and spent the day out just tooling around looking for places to go fishing and stuff. We didn't have any luck, but we had a good time anyway. And I didn't video it. Every once in a while, Kinzie wants me not to video stuff, and I understand that. So we just had a day together yesterday. But there's some other projects I've got going. Well, okay, let me phrase that. We got a little rain last night, so it's cloudy today and cooler. Yesterday was like 70 degrees. Today it's only like in the 50s, but it's still above freezing, so I'm cool with that. But let me show you some of the things that are blooming around here and some other projects I got. Over the weekend, Tom moved the birds into what's going to be the garden area, which is cool because we get them to scratching and doing stuff. They're not going to be able to stay here very long, though, because it's already about time to plant. And I don't know if you remember, this is the remnants of my herb garden from last year that the dogs have really dug up. There's some oregano over there that survived, but I got to really redo this. And if you look, there's some T-posts here, and that's what I've been setting. And then here's some fencing on the ground. I've been trying to get this up, but you know how wire is, especially when it gets down to the little short end down there. It's hard to unroll, so I'm having trouble getting that undone so I can get, and the reason I need to do this is because the birds get out and the dogs walk through the area. Now we're going to have the garden area inside of there, and that's fine, but until then I always plant a little bit of something out here. So in this spot that you can't see yet, I just planted a stud garden, yellow onions. I haven't got them covered with wood chips yet, but down here you can see a couple of little places. They're a little bit hard to see where some of my other yellow onions, and I can't remember what kind they are, yellow onions that are starting to come up. So I'm excited about that. This is a peach tree that we actually got peaches off of a couple of years ago. Didn't last year because we had so many freezes so late in the season. But they're starting to blossom, and that's pretty cool. And we're looking forward to seeing when I'm seeing a few leaves too. That's cool. I am thinking this is an apple tree, but I am not certain. I forget. Tom's the one that planted these last year, but those are getting some pretty good blooms on them too. This is another little peach tree that we planted a year or two ago, and it's really blooming out, and I think peach blossoms are just really pretty, and I'm just happy to see them. And I'm sorry about the wind, but this is that plum tree that always puts out so many plums every year, so it's really kicking. So that's all I'm seeing for growth for the orchard this year so far. And that may be all that has survived. We'll have to find out as the season goes on. But this is a compost bin that I had started working on. And unfortunately, some of the stuff I've been throwing into it is big weeds from last year. So it's not really too much of a compost bin. But it actually made, I don't know if I can, yeah, there they are. There's a bunch of duck eggs in there. There were 11 in there yesterday, and there's 15 today. I don't know that anybody's going to be sitting on them or doing anything with them, but I've left it anyway. We've got plenty of eggs. We can let them sit for a month, and if nothing hatches, then I'll just discard them at that time. But it'd be kind of cool. Kinzie's looking forward to seeing if we're going to get any ducks out of this mess. All right, we're over here at the trailer house getting some work done, or we're about to get started on getting some work done. But I wanted to show you some of the stuff we got done the other day before we get started again. Okay, we've got the baseboards done, and Tom got it around the door too, so that's all trimmed up and looking good. We did get the baseboards around the base of the closet too. And Kinzie's already started bringing stuff over here to hang up. And I don't blame her. We're ready to move. I'm ready. But we got a lot more work. This is only one room. We got a lot more work to do.
We're just getting the video.
Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't know if you were going to say anything.
Push.
I am pushing.
Okay.
And it's not going.
You want me to do it?
But why isn't it going?
I don't know. Alright, we got the doorknob on. And we didn't kill anything or tear anything. Well, okay, I did mess up one thing. But Kinzie now has a full working door with knobs. Woohoo! Okay, we're going to redo this faceplate because it goes, let me see if I can find it, there it is. This doesn't go back in far enough, and when she wanted the door all the way closed, it wasn't closing. So we're going to chisel this, well, we're going to chisel this where it goes back a little bit further, and then the striker plate is not sticking out so far. So we're going to try that and see how that goes. It's red light, okay. Yeah, it goes in much easier when you don't have it in reverse. This is called learning curve. Alright, you have to be very careful with that so you don't get it on your floor, okay?
I know.
Do you need some paper to put underneath it?
No, I got it. Wait. Yeah, might as well.
Okay, just a moment. Okay, so while she's working on painting that, apparently a lot of my papering in this room has fallen down, so I'm going to start working on putting it back up so we can get started on this room. Okay, here's our wrap up for the day. Kinzie has gone around all her baseboards and painted them back to white everywhere that we missed with the hammer, so that's looking good again. And so, not much left. I gotta figure out something to do with that. I'm not sure what's going to have to happen, but we'll figure it out. And once again, the paper is back up here. And the only thing I like now is taping places like that so they don't get painted over again. And we can start painting primer in here. But that's it for today.